Hi everyone, Kusumal Designs here, and this is an inbox review of the Hobby Boss 1/35th scale Leopard C1A1 tank. Now I do have another box on the table that is the Meng Leopard 1A3A4, which I'm converting into a C1, but that's what it looks like without all the up armor. So as you can see, it looks quite different. So in Canada, we moved on to the C2 tank and then 2A4, 2A6. And but anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the C1. So if you want to look what I've done with this one here, I've done a few videos. I haven't quite finished it, moved on to other projects, but I do want to get back onto that one. But there's not too much out there on the Hobby Boss C1A1. So I definitely want to have a look at this and show you guys. So looking into the parts here, it's pretty standard fare, I guess you could say, for the most part, right? It's you know, kind of like a boxy turret, right? With the Leopard C2, they've gone to a more like a rounded turret, but you know, fairly nice, good texture. This being Canadian, obviously, I hope they added the correct Canadian parts. With the up armor, it probably hides a lot, right? Because if you go to my video on this one, there's a lot of different additions I had to put on to do the conversions. So, you know, a lot of research has to go into this because they changed it so much over time. So a lot of time spent in research. Pretty standard, right? It looks pretty much like every other Leopard, you know, build out there or tank model. So starting over here, some aftermarket stuff I guess you could do. This is for Meng, but it should fit, right? The headlights and tail lights. Start with this, the clear parts. Pretty standard as well. Looks pretty good though, pretty clear. I'm not gonna open them up, I don't wanna get them scratched. And then of course you get a little bit of PE, some straps. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. Some decals. Looks like you got the Kosovo. Yeah, that's Kosovo, the K4. And then, of course, the Maple Leafs. And there we go. There's a fair bit of photo etched in this one here. It's not bad. Okay, so moving on, two-piece gun barrel. Again, I got the orange hobby one, don't know if it fits, but we'll have a look as it goes. Not too sure why they're still doing the two-piece gun barrels. You know, with all the technology that has changed, you think they would move on to just the one piece, but okay. Now, one thing I did notice with this kit, I have mentioned it with the other inbox review I did with the Meng Mexus there, was this one here. You actually build a little bit of the engine. So I will show you that because I thought that was kind of cool. And in the meantime, you get to see the instruction book a little bit. I think more time is spent building the engine than anything else, actually. See, there's those PE grills, if you're wondering what the extra grills were. See, a lot of time spent doing that. Now the question is, they went to the length of, you know, building the engine, right? And then they don't give the option. If you remember the Meng Leopard, you got to put this top piece on separate. So that would have been cool had they've done this model and given you the option to build this component separate, so you can almost do this under maintenance, right? I suppose you can leave this open, but all that engine work is going to be covered up. So that's kind of silly, at least in my opinion, right? All that work, boom, covered. As where the Meng Leopard C2, that would have been handy, right? But just saying. Anyway, but the parts look good. suppose you can modify it and put this engine in the Leopard C2. I mean, it's pretty much the same, I think. It's just the turret's changed for the most part, I believe. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm sure they updated the engines and all the rest of it, though. So a fairly nice parts tree. Looks like there's some delicate parts under here, but I'm not going to get into that too much. Obviously, you got the up armor sides. Let's see what else. Yeah. So fairly nice. And then we get to the side armor. Yeah. It's a well done kit. But I think most of it's going to be spent working on the engine. And there's the bathtub. And then I'm just going to leave this in the bag. The rest of the parts I'm going to show you are just going to leave in the bag. But that's very nice. With my aftermarket set I have for this one right here, it's all like metal that I got to turn. But then again, there's different variants or versions of the C1 that I can do without the basket. So very nice. That's very delicate. Okay, so and then of course we have the water cans, jerry cans, and then they give you two of the matlets, obviously just because it was molded. I don't know how you're going to mess that up, but if you break one, you got a spare. More parts in there. Looks very nice. And then you got your road wheels. Yeah. And then lastly, your tracks. So if you have aftermarket, or you got these, or if you can find, you know, your rubber or vinyl ones, but these look okay. These look like, yeah. Sometimes though, there's so much tension on these, you know, you cut one and it'll break here, you cut here, it'll break here. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I guess there's not really too much to this kit. It's not hard. It doesn't look hard, but a lot of it is engine. So if you skip the engine, which you might not even really need to do, you could probably whip this out in a day or two. You know, just paint it green and away you go. But anyway, there's your look at the Hobby Boss Leopard C1A1. Just a real kind of quick inbox review just to show you the parts. You know, the proof will be in the building, I guess, on this one there, guys. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think.